wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken?
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure.
I am the Snow White now.
And so when I got to set and I saw how funny it was, I wasn't surprised. But I think audiences will be surprised.
It's the latest rallying cry for millions of moviegoers.
Chicken jockey!
Those two little words sending teenage fans of a Minecraft movie into a frenzy, resulting in screaming, popcorn throwing, and soda flying through the air. In at least one case, the police have gotten involved, escorting some of the offenders out of theaters.
And then listen to how loud it is from the outside.
Now let's get the latest on the disaster that is Disney's reimagining of a Snow White.
This thing is an absolute disaster, all right? An absolute disaster. This is an absolute calamity. This is a catastrophe. This is a tragedy, an apocalypse, an accident, a fatality, a debacle. This is a casualty. This is a cataclysm, a crash, a collapse, an upheaval, a meltdown, a misfortune, Armageddon, doomsday.
Is that you can be scientifically proven. Did people wait in line to see Rachel Zegler? Well, Rachel Zegler was able to find that out herself and put it on film.
Tickets, please.
For which movie?
Why would you post this? You know, you don't have to post it. It's bad content. So this is Rachel Zegler and her dirtbag group of friends holding up popcorn and soda cups with her face on it. Why would anybody want to eat off that? I don't know. Certified too. And scowling, she's the only person in line. The guy taking the tickets doesn't know her, which is an extra added insult.
When we look, you can see families were more than willing to go to the box office to support something like the Minecraft movie, while Rachel Zegler's Snow White continues to plunge.
Its opening weekend globally got 344 million.
She's literally the only person there. And do you not understand how humiliating this is?
There's no way that Snow White is going to recover.
Rachel Zegler learned that your star can fall about as fast as it rises. Here's a photo of Rachel Zegler taken today. Okay. Looking like a complete slob. Hungover as hell. Wobbling around after Disney loses hundreds of millions of dollars, and she is to blame.
Ooh, grab your popcorn, y'all, because Hollywood just got dragged by a bunch of pixelated blocks. And no, this ain't some Disney redemption arc. We're talking full-on cinematic humiliation. Why? Because the Minecraft movie just stomped all over Disney's Snow White remake, and let's just say the ashes are still warm. Forget glass slippers, forget True Love's kiss. This is the era of pixelated pigs, exploding creepers, and crafting tables, and they just did what Disney failed to do: win hearts, minds, and box office gold. While Rachel Zegler was out here preaching Feminism 101 to promote her modernized Snow White, Minecraft was raking in ticket sales like it was printing money. Yeah, that's the real fairy tale twist nobody saw coming.
What kind of core customer base Disney has versus what Warner Brothers has right now, and exactly how each business, how each studio is doing things differently on a very wide scale.
Remember when Disney used to rule the box office like a magic kingdom? Not anymore. Nowadays, it feels like Disney's out here tossing billion-dollar flops like confetti, while Minecraft just swooped in and said, bet. Instead of delivering magic and nostalgia, Disney gave us a confused mess that felt more like a corporate TED Talk than a fairy tale.
This is not Snow White, but this is the movie that they made. And it's like, oh yeah, she's gonna be a girl boss, she's gonna liberate her kingdom. Well, congratulations, you played yourself. This is what you get when you try to push feminism and bullshit girl boss moves on the people. The people ain't rocking with it.
And right at the messy heart of it all, Miss Rachel Zegler herself. Yep, the girl Disney once pushed as their next breakout star has officially become the face of one of their biggest embarrassments. She turned a timeless role into a personal soapbox, and the internet, baby, they ate her up. She tried to play Queen Bee on every press tour, telling us how Snow White needed fixing. Meanwhile, the Minecraft squad was giving fans what they wanted: nostalgia, fun, and a whole lot of blocky chaos. It was the clash of two worlds, and guess what? Rachel didn't stand a chance.
3 days. Okay. What does that mean? It means that in its second weekend, domestically, Minecraft is now anticipated to make more money than Snow White has entirely domestically. Every single day Snow White has been out, it has made less money than Minecraft will make this weekend.
But wait, it gets juicier. Behind the scenes tea from the Disney camp is spilling fast, and it's messy. Word is Disney thought slapping a progressive label on a half-written script and casting an outspoken Gen Z actress would save them. Instead, it backfired. Big time. The new Snow White, so unrecognizable you'd think Tim Burton had a fever dream. It was like they mashed up the Hunger Games and a lecture on gender roles. No whimsy, no romance, no charm. Meanwhile, Minecraft served exactly what fans expected: loyal storytelling, laughs, and a world-building adventure that stayed true to the game. And that is why it soared.
This movie is an absolute disaster. It is one of the biggest disasters we have ever seen. A princess joins forces with 7 dwarves and a group of rebels to liberate her kingdom from her cruel stepmother, the evil queen. What movie is this, Disney? What the hell is y'all trying to pull on us? This ain't Snow White.
Now, let's talk about Rachel. Disney thought her big voice would single-handedly carry the film. Instead, it just drowned out everything good about the character. She took sweet, hopeful Snow White and turned her into a condescending know-it-all. Fans didn't feel inspired, they felt talked down to. Compare that to Minecraft, where the creators actually listened. The filmmakers weren't trying to preach, they were trying to entertain. Shocking concept, huh?
The box office needs it. Minecraft figured it out. They said, hey, let's just make movies for the people that's gonna come and see this movie. Yeah, I had said this yesterday. Warner Brothers is doing something unthinkable in Hollywood, listening to their audience and making money. What a concept, right? What a concept. You're actually just going to listen to your fans and do what they ask you to do. You know, and that's all they had to do over there at Disney.
And Rachel, this girl never met a mic she didn't want to lecture into. Instead of hyping the film's charm or nodding to Disney's legacy, she dragged the original, like full-on trashed it, over and over again. Fans were like, girl, who asked? People weren't rushing to the theater to be scolded, they wanted magic. But Rachel, she made it clear she had no love for the original Snow White. So naturally, fans were like, then why should we?
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. Super weird. So we didn't do that this time.
Weird. Okay? Weird.
Yeah. Weird.
What? I'm sorry. I mean, what? What?
Disney's promo strategy? Yikes. They kept shouting, reimagine for a new generation, but what fans heard was, we don't respect what you love. Instead of leaning into nostalgia, they basically told audiences, if you like the old version, you're outdated. That's the vibe, and baby, audiences weren't having it.
Bob Iger is extremely incompetent. He is very stubborn as a CEO. He lies to both the shareholders and the customers, hence why I like to call him Bob Liger. And the lies continue. We know that Bob Iger is continuing to go on the damage control train related to Snow White.
And Rachel Zegler walked straight into a social media minefield. Every interview, every tweet, every clip sounded more like an angry lecture than a promo. And fans, they clocked it immediately. She wasn't saying, come join us for the magic. She was saying, you're problematic if you don't agree with me. Girl, that is not how you promote a princess movie. Meanwhile, the Minecraft team was vibing with fans online, posting memes, silly videos, and actually having fun with their audience. One word, connection.
It's the latest rallying cry for millions of moviegoers.
Chicken jockey!
Those 2 little words sending teenage fans of a Minecraft movie into a frenzy, resulting in screaming, popcorn throwing, and soda flying through the air. In at least one case, the police have gotten involved. escorting some of the offenders out of theaters.
Here's the kicker: respecting your audience works. Minecraft's creators got that, Disney, not so much. And now the internet is roasting Disney with the funniest comparisons. People are saying they'd rather sit through a 2-hour tutorial on crafting a Minecraft diamond sword than hear Rachel deliver one more smug monologue. Is it harsh? Maybe. Are people still laughing? Absolutely. It's giving karma.
Man, Warner Brothers just said, why don't we just do this? Let's find out what Minecraft fans are going to be like. What do they like? What do they enjoy? And let's just throw that on the screen. Now, I mean, the critics are like ripping this movie apart. They're saying it's trash. They're saying it's horrible. Yeah, the audience seems to disagree.
Sure, Disney's problems go deeper than just Rachel, but let's keep it real. She didn't help. From mocking the original story to treating criticism like personal attacks, Rachel managed to alienate the very people she needed most, Disney's loyal fan base. The original Snow White was beloved for her kindness and humility. This remake? It gave us a lead actress who acted like anyone who disagreed with her was just uncultured. It was a PR disaster. Meanwhile, Minecraft's cast was out here posting goofy TikToks, thanking fans, and making everyone feel part of the ride, like actual joy. Who knew?
Disney is smart, but they're stupid at the same time because they still aren't going to connect to the fans the way they need to. Kind of like the way Minecraft did. I want y'all to check this out, man. Every time we come back to Minecraft, this number just keeps growing.
Let's paint the picture. Minecraft gamers are used to freedom, imagination, and exploring new worlds. When they showed up for the movie, that's exactly what they got. No lectures, no attitude, just a story that celebrated the game's spirit, teamwork, creativity, and fun. Meanwhile, Snow White's remake told fans, "You're wrong for loving the past." And that's the kind of energy that flops harder than a creeper in lava.
Turned over 157 million while earning another 144 million internationally. The Minecraft video game was introduced in 2011 and sold more than 300 million copies. It actually has a fan base, user base, people that care about it. In theory, Snow White should as well. Snow White's the movie that made Disney, the studio. They should have been more cautious and careful with their own IP. It's a $1 billion IP. The Disney Snow White, faithfully adapted, would have made $1 billion.
Let's take a second and really appreciate the tragic irony here. Disney, the studio that invented the modern fairy tale, just got absolutely clowned by a movie about punching trees and building dirt huts. This Snow White reboot was supposed to be a bold, progressive reimagining. Instead, it turned into a hilarious backfire. In every interview, Rachel and the crew hammered the same message. The original is outdated. We're redefining the princess. But what they forgot? People still love the original. That's what made it a classic. So while Disney was busy turning magic into a manifesto, Minecraft was like, hey, want to go on an epic adventure and have fun? And audiences? They chose fun. Every single time. Disney's Snow White tried to be woke, but it just ended up broke. Meanwhile, Minecraft was like, we've got chickens that ride spiders, and fans said, shut up and take my money. And here's where things get even more embarrassing for Disney. The magic of Minecraft isn't just in the pixels, it's in the possibilities. You can build castles in the clouds, survive zombie attacks, or just vibe in a village with your pet cat. That sense of freedom, creativity, and wonder? The movie nailed it. No over-explaining, no rewriting the rules, no dramatic think pieces shoved into the dialogue, just joy. Meanwhile, Disney took a story about hope, kindness, and believing in love and twisted it into a grumpy lecture on how fairy tales are bad. Like, huh? If Snow White is so outdated, why even bother remaking it? Oh, right, because Disney thought they could cash in. But turns out audiences don't like being told what to think, especially when it comes to stories that define their childhoods. Now, let's talk numbers, because this flop isn't just embarrassing, it's financially devastating. The Snow White remake, word on the street is it's already underperforming at every turn. Meanwhile, the Minecraft movie blew past its opening projections and might end up being one of the highest grossing video game films ever made. And the merch, oh baby, Minecraft plushies, swords, costumes, flying off shelves. Fans aren't just watching the movie, they're living it. It's a whole movement. In contrast, Snow White's merch, crickets. No one's lining up to buy a doll of a princess who spends more time lecturing than singing. And don't even get started on the YouTube comments under the trailers. Yikes. At this point, Disney needs to do some serious soul searching. Maybe, just maybe, telling your audience they're wrong for loving a fairy tale isn't the power move you think it is. Maybe giving people something they actually enjoy is better than trying to impress Twitter activists. And Rachel? Sis needs a PR overhaul, fast. She's talented, no doubt, but the arrogance, the smugness, the nonstop hot takes? It's driving fans away hard. If she wants to survive this backlash, she's got to humble herself, apologize, and start listening instead of talking. Because at the end of the day, the Minecraft movie didn't just beat Snow White at the box office. It humiliated it. It proved that sincerity beats smugness, fun beats forced, joy beats judgment. It showed that you don't need to fix a beloved story to make it matter. You just need to respect it. And while Disney's legacy IPs are tripping over their own egos, Minecraft is out here reminding us that sometimes the simplest ideas, executed with heart, can steal the whole damn show. So where does Hollywood go from here? Well, if they're smart, they'll learn. They'll realize that audiences don't want to be bossed around by their entertainment. They want to be enchanted. They want to laugh, cry, escape, dream. They don't want to be told their favorite childhood memories are suddenly problematic. They just want a good story, period. And as for Rachel Zegler, time will tell. Maybe she'll pivot, maybe she'll take a break from the mics and start rebuilding her image, or maybe she'll double down and keep spiraling. But one thing's for sure, Hollywood is watching. Fans are watching. And Minecraft just raised the bar for what audiences expect from their blockbusters. Let's be real, this wasn't just a flop. It was a warning shot. A warning to every studio out there thinking they can rewrite nostalgia, guilt trip their fan base, and still expect box office domination. Newsflash, you can't fake the magic. And no matter how many press tours you do or how many think pieces you publish, if your movie doesn't come from a place of love and fun, it's gonna get roasted. Badly. So shout out to Minecraft, the goofy little sandbox game that just bodied the most iconic fairy tale in history. They understood the assignment, they respected the fans, and most of all, they gave us what we actually wanted. A damn good time. Meanwhile, Disney, you've got some serious rebuilding to do, starting with hiring people who understand what classic really means. Because if this flop taught us anything, it's that the future of cinema might just look a lot more blocky than anyone ever expected. In closing, if you ever needed proof that big budget doesn't mean big success, and that modern doesn't always mean better, just compare Snow White's tumble to Minecraft's triumph. A once untouchable studio is now crawling through the ruins of its own arrogance, while a pixelated underdog walks away with the crown. And baby, that is the kind of plot twist we live for. So stay tuned, stay sharp, and trust, the next Hollywood meltdown is probably already loading. Until then, stay messy, stay curious, and don't forget, blockheads beat princesses any day of the week.